What if I told you the only thing standing between you and the life you want is you? You're not stuck. You're not unlucky. You're not incapable. You just haven't unlocked your full potential yet. But today, that changes. Let's begin. Elevate and Dominate. A guide to unshakable confidence, relentless growth, and unstoppable success. Written and published by Audiobook. Introduction. What if I told you you have been living only a fraction of your potential? That deep inside you, buried beneath doubt, fear, and hesitation, there is a force waiting to be unleashed. A version of you that never backs down. A version of you that doesn't settle. A version of you that dominates life on your terms. But somewhere along the way, you were taught to stay small, to blend in, to avoid risk. Maybe you've felt it, that nagging voice inside, whispering, "This isn't all there is. You were meant for more." And you were. This audiobook is your wake-up call, your invitation to step into the powerful, unshakable person you were always meant to be. It's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about learning how to elevate yourself above the noise and dominate every area of your life. Not by force, not by arrogance, but by mastering the inner game that separates those who dream from those who do. Over the next chapters, we're going to break the chains that hold you back. We're going to rebuild your confidence from the inside out. We're going to craft a mindset so strong that failure will fear you. And most importantly, we're going to turn you into the kind of person who doesn't just talk about success, but who lives it. So, take a deep breath. Because from this moment on, your old self, the one that hesitated, the one that doubted, the one that played small, that version of you is gone. This is your time to rise. This is your time to elevate and dominate. Chapter 1. The decision that changes everything. There comes a moment in every person's life when they make a decision that changes everything. Not a wish, not a hope, a decision. A decision to stop making excuses. A decision to stop living beneath their potential. A decision to step up and claim the life they were meant to live. Let me ask you, have you made that decision yet? Because until you do, nothing changes. You can read all the books. You can listen to all the motivational speeches. You can write down all the goals in the world. But if you don't make the decision to act, you'll stay exactly where you are. The power of one decision. Think about this. Every extraordinary person you admire, every billionaire, every elite athlete, every world-changing leader, they all had one thing in common. At some point, they made a decision to step up. Steve Jobs decided he wouldn't just work for someone else. He would change the world. Oprah Winfrey decided she wouldn't accept the limitations others placed on her. She would rewrite the rules. Michael Jordan decided that talent alone wasn't enough. He would outwork every competitor. They made a choice. And that choice led to a domino effect of actions, habits, and relentless pursuit, until the world had no choice but to take notice. And right now, you're standing at the edge of that same decision. Why most people never decide. The truth? Most people never step into their greatness. Not because they don't have what it takes, but because they never decide to go all in. They wait. For the right moment. For the right opportunity. For the fear to go away. But guess what? The perfect moment? It doesn't exist. And fear? It never fully disappears. You decide to move forward despite the fear. You decide to start before you feel ready. You decide that nothing, no failure, no rejection, no setback, will make you quit. That's what separates the best from the rest. Your turning point starts now. So let me ask you again. Are you ready to make the decision? To stop hesitating and start executing? To stop overthinking and start doing? This is your moment. No one else can make this choice for you. No one else can give you permission. This is your life. your future, your legacy. Decide now that you will no longer play small. Decide now that you will no longer be controlled by fear. Decide now that from this day forward, you will elevate and you will dominate. Because the second you make that decision, everything changes. Now that you understand this, let's take the next step. Chapter 2. Destroying the lies that hold you back. Every single person who has ever felt stuck, who has doubted themselves, who has hesitated instead of acting, has been held hostage by one thing: a lie. Not reality, not facts, but a lie they've been told, or worse, a lie they've told themselves. And if you're going to elevate and dominate, you have to destroy those lies right now. The lies that keep you small. Think about this. When a baby elephant is tied to a small rope, it pulls, it tugs, it fights. But the rope is too strong. Eventually, it stops trying. Now, years later, that same elephant, grown and powerful enough to snap the rope in an instant, doesn't even try. Not because it can't break free, but because it believes it can't. That's exactly what's happened to you. At some point in your life, you were fed a lie about who you are and what you're capable of. And, without realizing it, you accepted it. Maybe someone told you, you're not smart enough. You're not talented enough. People like you don't succeed. And instead of questioning it, you believed it. And just like the elephant, even though you're fully capable of breaking free, you're still acting like you're tied down. But here's the truth. That rope is a lie. And today we cut it. Lie number 1. I'm not good enough. This is the most toxic lie of them all. It whispers in your ear every time you think about going after something big, every time you start to dream beyond where you are now, every time you look in the mirror and wonder if you really have what it takes. Let me make this clear. That voice, it's a liar. You're good enough. You do have what it takes. And the only reason that voice exists is because the world fears what happens when you realize your full power. History has proven this over and over again. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine if they had believed the lie that they weren't good enough. Imagine if they had quit. The world would have never seen their greatness. And now, think about yourself. What if the world is waiting on your greatness? What if the only thing standing between you and your highest potential is the lie you've been told? Lie number 2. I don't have what others have. Some people tell themselves, I wasn't born into success. I don't have the right connections. I don't have the same advantages others do. And let me be real with you. Maybe you weren't born into wealth. Maybe you don't have a head start. But you know what? Neither did most of the greats. Do you know where Oprah Winfrey came from? She was born into poverty in rural Mississippi. Do you know how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson started? At 23 years old, he had $7 in his pocket. No connections. No handouts. No excuses. And yet look where they are now. Not because of where they started, but because of where they decided to go. So let me ask you, are you going to keep using your circumstances as an excuse? Or are you going to use them as fuel? Lie number 3. It's too late for me. This one stops so many people before they even start. They think, I should have done this sooner. I missed my chance. It's too late to change now. But guess what? Time doesn't care. Time will pass anyway. So you can either use it to keep waiting, or use it to build something extraordinary. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65 years old. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40. Stan Lee created his first hit comic, Spider-Man, when he was 39. It's never too late to start. The only time it's too late is when you stop trying. Burn the lies. Build the truth. So, here's your challenge today. Write down the biggest lie you've believed about yourself. Then burn it, tear it up, destroy it. Because that version of you, the one who doubted, the one who played small, that version is gone. From this moment on, you only accept truth. The truth that you are good enough. The truth that you do have what it takes. The truth that it is never too late to rise. You are stepping into your power now. You are becoming unstoppable now. And now that you've destroyed the lies, it's time to build the mindset that will take you to the top. Now, let's take the next step. Chapter 3. The Mindset of Champions. What separates the unstoppable from the average? What makes one person rise to greatness, while another stays stuck in doubt and hesitation? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not where they started. It's their mindset. Because here's the truth. Your mind is your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. If you don't learn to control it, it will control you. But once you master your mindset, once you reprogram the way you think, once you shift from doubt to dominance, everything changes. So today, we're going to build the mindset of a champion. The kind of mindset that makes you unstoppable. The kind of mindset that wins no matter what. The 3 core beliefs of an unstoppable mindset. Every champion, every high achiever, every person who has dominated their industry, they all have 3 unshakable beliefs. And if you adopt these beliefs today, you will start to see your life change in ways you never imagined. Belief number 1. Everything is my responsibility. Most people go through life blaming everything but themselves. They say, I can't succeed because of my past. I can't win because of my circumstances. I can't change because of what happened to me. But champions? They take full ownership of their lives. They understand this powerful truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to give you the perfect opportunity. No one is going to fix your mindset for you. You have to do it. You have to take control. You have to take responsibility. Not just for your wins, but for your failures. Not just for your strengths, but for your weaknesses. Because the moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you take full control of your future. And that is where power begins. Belief number 2. I never lose, I learn. Most people fear failure. They see it as a dead end. They let it break them. They let it define them. But champions? They think differently. To them, failure is not the end. It's the beginning. Michael Jordan once said, I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he created the light bulb. Oprah was fired from her first job. Every single success story is built on a mountain of failures. Because here's the truth. Failure is only permanent if you quit. But if you learn from it, if you adjust, if you refuse to stop, then failure becomes the fuel that drives you forward. So, remember this. You never lose. You either win or you learn. Belief number 3. My mind controls my reality. Your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you think small, your life will be small. If you believe you can't, you won't. But if you train your mind to think big, to expect greatness, to believe in your ability to figure things out, then your actions will follow. Your habits will follow. Your results will follow. This isn't just motivation. This is science. Studies have shown that your brain literally rewires itself based on your thoughts. It's called neuroplasticity. What you focus on, you strengthen. So, if you focus on doubts, you strengthen doubt. If you focus on excuses, you strengthen excuses. But if you focus on growth, if you focus on action, if you focus on the unstoppable version of yourself, then that is who you will become. How to train your mind like a champion. Now that you know the 3 core beliefs of an unstoppable mindset, let's talk about how to rewire your brain for success. Because your current mindset, it's been programmed by years of outside influence, by society, by teachers, by past experiences. But the good news? You can reprogram it.
And here's how.
Step 1. Guard your thoughts. Every thought you allow into your mind is shaping your future. So stop letting negative, weak, or doubtful thoughts take up space in your head. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm not ready. Stop. Replace it with, I will figure this out. I am built for this. I am unstoppable. Because your words shape your reality. Step 2. Control your inputs. Who do you listen to? What do you consume? What do you allow into your mind every day? Most people fill their heads with junk. They scroll through negative news. They surround themselves with complainers. They listen to people who have never achieved anything themselves. Champions? They protect their energy. They only listen to voices that make them stronger. They surround themselves with winners. They consume content that fuels their mind. Because they know, garbage in, garbage out. Strength in, strength out. Step 3. Take massive action. Mindset is nothing without action. You can read every book. You can say every affirmation. You can visualize success all day long. But if you don't back it up with relentless action, nothing changes. So today, right now, decide on one bold action you will take, one habit you will build, one step you will take toward your goal. Because the second you start moving, your confidence will grow, your belief will grow, and soon enough, you'll look back and realize you became unstoppable. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Remember this. Your mind is either working for you or against you. You decide which one. You are in control. You have the power to rewire your thoughts. You have the ability to build an unbreakable mindset. And once you do, nothing and no one will be able to stop you. Because now, you don't just think like a champion. You are one. And champions? They elevate, they dominate, and they never look back. Now, let's take the next step. Chapter 4. The Art of Relentless Execution. Having the right mindset is powerful, but without action, it means nothing. Think about it. How many people say they want success, but never actually move? They read, they plan, they dream, but when it's time to take action, they hesitate. Why? Because they haven't mastered execution. They let fear slow them down. They let doubt make them second guess. They let perfectionism stop them before they even start. But the truth? Success isn't about knowing everything. It's about doing before you feel ready. It's about acting even when it's uncomfortable. It's about relentless execution. Because winners? They don't wait. They move. They build momentum. They take risks. They figure things out along the way.
And today?
That's what you're going to learn. Because ideas don't change lives. Action does. So, let's build the habit of relentless execution. The 3 rules of relentless execution. Every high performer, every elite athlete, every world-class entrepreneur follows these 3 rules because they understand one thing. Speed wins. If you hesitate, someone else will take your spot. If you overthink, the opportunity will pass. If you wait for the perfect moment, you will wait forever. So, let's break down the 3 rules that will separate you from the rest. Rule number 1. Take imperfect action. Most people fail before they start. Why? Because they think they need everything to be perfect. They say, I need more research. I need more training. I need to be 100% ready. But let me tell you the hard truth. You will never feel fully ready. You don't wait for confidence. You build it by taking action. You don't wait for clarity. You gain it by starting. You don't wait for the right time. The right time is now. Because the people who succeed, they don't ask, "What if this goes wrong?" They ask, "What's the fastest way to start?" And then they take action. Not perfect action. Not flawless action. Imperfect action. Because they know speed matters more than perfection. Momentum matters more than waiting. And the faster you start, the faster you grow. Rule number 2. Kill the overthinking habit. Overthinking is the enemy of execution. It makes you hesitate. It makes you doubt. It keeps you stuck in your head instead of in the game. Champions? They think fast.
They decide fast.
They move fast. Because they understand. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. The longer you analyze, the more your fear grows. The longer you stall, the more likely you'll quit before you even start. So from now on, if you know something is the right move, do it immediately. Make the decision.
Take the step.
Send the email. Start the business. Launch the product. Because every second you wait, you're training your brain to hesitate. And hesitation kills dreams. Rule number 3. Build an unstoppable work ethic. Here's a fact most people don't want to hear. Hard work still matters. Everyone's looking for shortcuts. Everyone wants the quick win. Everyone wants the easy path. But those who dominate? They don't look for easy. They look for greatness. And greatness requires effort, requires focus, requires relentless discipline. Look at the greats. Kobe Bryant was in the gym at 4 a.m. long before his teammates arrived. Elon Musk slept on the floor of his Tesla factory, while others took vacations. Will Smith once said, "If we get on a treadmill together, either you're getting off first or I'm dying on it." That's the mentality of champions. And if you want to dominate, you have to outwork everyone else. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. But if you're the one who refuses to quit, if you're the one who puts in more reps, more hours, more sweat than anyone else, you will win. Because effort beats talent every single time. How to build the habit of execution. Now that you know the rules of relentless execution, let's talk about how to train yourself to take action without hesitation. Because just like anything else, execution is a habit. And once you build it, it becomes automatic. Step 1. Set a 5-second rule. If you know you need to do something, but you feel hesitation creeping in, count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Move.
Don't think. Don't analyze. Just act. Because the longer you wait, the more fear wins. Step 2. Commit to a daily action goal. Success isn't built in a single day. It's built in the small, consistent actions you take daily. So set a non-negotiable daily action goal. It could be making 10 sales calls a day, writing 500 words every morning, posting 1 piece of content daily, going to the gym no matter what. The key? No excuses. No negotiations. No skipping. Because the more you show up, the stronger your execution muscle gets. Step 3. Build an identity of action. The most powerful way to execute? Change how you see yourself. Stop saying, "I'm trying to be more disciplined." Instead say, "I am a disciplined person. I am someone who executes. I am someone who takes action no matter what." Because when your identity shifts, your actions follow. Execution separates the best from the rest. This is where most people fail. They dream, but don't move. They plan, but never start. They wait and wait and wait. And one day, they look back and realize they wasted years waiting for the right moment, when the right moment was always now. But that won't be you. Because you are an executor. You are someone who moves fast. You are someone who takes action. You are someone who figures it out along the way. That's what separates those who wish from those who win. And now that you know this, it's time to take the next step. Chapter 5. The Power of Relentless Self-Discipline. Let's get real. Success is not about motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation is like a firework, bright for a moment and then gone. But discipline? Discipline is what separates the winners from the wannabes. Discipline is the thing that gets you up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the thing that keeps you grinding when no one is watching. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. Because anyone can work hard when they feel inspired. Anyone can take action when they're excited. But the greats? They do it when they don't feel like it. They do it when no one's cheering them on. They do it because they know. Discipline equals freedom. And if you master this one skill, there is nothing that will be out of your reach. The truth about self-discipline. Most people think discipline is about restriction. They think it's about forcing yourself to do things you hate. They think it's about sacrificing happiness for success. That's why so many people resist it. But in reality, discipline is the ultimate form of self-respect. Discipline is saying, I value my future more than my comfort. I choose long-term success over short-term pleasure. I am in control of my life, not my emotions, not my circumstances, not my excuses. It's not about punishing yourself. It's about freeing yourself. Because here's what most people don't understand. The more disciplined you are, the freer you become. Want financial freedom? You need the discipline to work, invest, and build wealth. Want a strong body? You need the discipline to train and fuel your body right. Want unstoppable confidence? You need the discipline to show up for yourself every single day. So don't see discipline as something you have to do. See it as something you get to do. Because the people who master discipline, they master life. The 3 pillars of unshakable discipline. Every highly successful person, every champion, every leader, every top performer, lives by these 3 pillars. And if you integrate these into your life, you will become unstoppable. Pillar number 1, control your daily habits. Discipline is not about one big action. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every single day. Because here's a fact, your habits create your future. If you have weak habits, you'll have a weak life. If you have powerful habits, you'll have a powerful life. So ask yourself, what are the daily habits that will take me to the next level? If you want success, are you studying, working, and taking action every day? If you want a powerful body, are you training and eating right every day? If you want unshakable confidence, are you practicing self-discipline every day? Because the person you become in 5 years is built by the habits you practice today. Pillar number 2, master your emotions. Weak people let their emotions control them. Strong people learn how to control their emotions. And let's be honest, you won't always feel like working. You won't always feel like grinding. You won't always feel like doing what's necessary. But here's the truth. Your emotions do not dictate your actions. Champions don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, is this the right move? And then, they do it anyway. Because the key to discipline is learning to take action regardless of how you feel. You don't train because you're motivated. You train because it's who you are. You don't grind because you feel like it. You grind because it's what must be done. That is the difference. That is what makes you unstoppable. Pillar number 3, become a slave to your commitments. Most people are slaves to their feelings. Most people only do what they committed to when it's easy. That's why they stay stuck. But high performers? They don't break their commitments. They don't let excuses take over. They don't let circumstances dictate their standards. They do what they said they would do, no matter what. So, here's a challenge for you. Pick one habit that will take your life to the next level. And commit to it. Not for a week. Not until you feel like it. Not just when it's convenient. No matter what. Because the second you become the kind of person who follows through on their commitments, the second you separate yourself from the rest of the world. How to build ironclad discipline. Discipline is a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. So here's how to build it. Step 1. Start with one non-negotiable habit. Pick one thing that will elevate your life. Waking up at 5 a.m., going to the gym every day, reading 10 pages of a book daily, cutting out distractions.
Then,
make it a non-negotiable. No excuses. No, I'll do it later. It gets done no matter what. Once you prove to yourself that you can be disciplined in one area, it spreads into every other area of your life. Step 2. Remove the option to quit. Most people fail at discipline because they give themselves a way out. They tell themselves, if it gets hard, I can stop. If I don't feel like it, I'll take a break. But champions? They burn the boats. They remove the option to quit. They make it easier to stay disciplined than to give up. Want to stop wasting time on social media? Delete the apps. Want to stop skipping workouts? Get an accountability partner. Want to start waking up early? Put your alarm across the room. Because if quitting isn't an option, you will stay disciplined. Step 3. Reward the process, not just the outcome. Discipline isn't about instant gratification. It's about consistency. So stop only celebrating the big wins. Start celebrating the daily wins. Showing up to train when you didn't feel like it. Finishing that project even when you were tired. Saying no to distractions when it was tempting. Because the more you reward the process, the more your brain craves discipline. Discipline is the key to everything. Every successful person, every leader, every legend, every champion has mastered self-discipline. Because they know if you can control yourself, you can control anything. So the choice is yours. Do you keep living based on emotions? Or do you build the ironclad discipline that leads to greatness? Because the moment you master this skill, you become untouchable. You become undeniable. You become unstoppable. And now, it's time to take the next step. Chapter 6. The Relentless Pursuit of Greatness. What does it take to become truly great? Not just successful, not just good enough, but world-class. Think about the legends. The ones who reshaped industries. The ones who changed history. The ones whose names will be remembered forever. Was it luck?
no,
Was it talent alone?
no,
Was it an easy, straight path? Definitely not. It was one thing. A relentless, unshakable, unstoppable pursuit of greatness. And today, that's what you're going to learn. Because most people never tap into their full power. They stop at good. They settle for average. But that's not you. If you want to dominate, if you want to be the best at what you do, if you want to leave a legacy, you must make the decision right now that from this day forward, good is not enough. Great is the standard. And nothing less will be accepted. The 5 levels of success. Most people think success is a one-time event. But it's not. It's a journey through levels. And each level requires a new version of you. Level 1. Survival mode. This is where most people live. They're stuck. They're struggling. They're just trying to get by. They're not thinking about greatness. They're just thinking about how to make it through the day. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you're there now. But here's the truth. You don't have to stay here. Because survival is not your destiny. But the only way to break out is to stop thinking like a survivor and start thinking like a winner. Level 2. Stability mode. At this level, you're no longer in crisis. You're doing okay. Your bills are paid. Your life is stable. You have comfort. But here's the problem. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Because most people, they get here and stop. They stop pushing. They stop growing. They settle for average. But that's not you. Because you didn't come this far, just to come this far. Level 3, Success Mode. This is where you start winning. You're making moves. You're seeing progress. You're getting results. People start noticing you. You start getting opportunities. You feel momentum building. But this is also where most people get comfortable. They think, I've made it. They stop grinding. They stop chasing bigger goals. And because of that, they either plateau or fall back. But you don't stop here. Because success is just the beginning. Level 4, Mastery Mode. At this level, you're not just successful. You're elite. You've put in thousands of hours. You've developed unshakable skills. You're among the best in your field. You don't just play the game. You own the game. But even here, there's one more level. And that's where the legends live. Level 5, Greatness Mode. This is the top 1%. This is where history is made. This is where names are remembered. This is where legacies are built. At this level, it's not just about money. It's not just about success. It's about impact. It's about creating something that will outlive you. It's about setting a new standard for what's possible. And the only way to get here? An obsession with constant, never-ending improvement. Because greatness is not an accident. It's a decision. The unbreakable laws of greatness. If you want to rise to level 5, if you want to be truly great, you have to live by a different set of rules. These are the unbreakable laws that every legend follows. Law number 1, never settle. The second you say, this is enough, you stop growing. The second you get comfortable, you start declining. So make this a rule. No matter how good you get, you keep pushing for better. Always raise your standards. Always reach for the next level. Always chase progress over perfection. Because the day you settle is the day you stop winning. Law number 2, outwork everyone. You don't have to be the most talented. You don't have to be the most gifted. But if you are the hardest worker in the room, you will dominate. Because effort beats talent. When talent doesn't work hard, ask yourself, would you rather be the person talking about success or the one grinding in silence while everyone else sleeps? Because the people who outwork everyone else are the ones who rise to the top. Law number 3, play the long game. Greatness is not instant. It's built over years of discipline, years of learning, years of refusing to quit. The weak look for quick wins. The greats think decades ahead. So, ask yourself, are you thinking short-term comfort or long-term legacy? Because if you're serious about winning, you play the long game. The final challenge. Are you willing to go all in? At this point, you have a decision to make. Are you going to keep playing small? Are you going to settle for good enough? Or are you ready to elevate and dominate? Because the truth is, greatness is a choice. Not everyone is willing to make that choice. Not everyone is willing to put in the work. Not everyone is willing to go all in. But if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will be able to stop you. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next year.
Now.
Because from this day forward, good is not enough. Great is the standard. And the ones who refuse to settle are the ones who change the world. Now, let's take the next step. Chapter 7. How to develop an unbreakable work ethic. Let's be honest. Most people don't have what it takes to win at the highest level. They say they want success. They say they want greatness. They say they want to dominate. But when it comes time to put in the work,
They quit.
they make excuses. They take shortcuts. They do the bare minimum and wonder why they're not winning. But champions? They operate differently. They don't just work hard when they feel like it. They don't just grind when people are watching. They don't just show up when it's convenient. They show up every single day. They put in the hours no one sees. They sacrifice what others won't. They do what others refuse to do. And that is why they dominate. So, if you want to separate yourself from the weak, if you want to rise above the competition, if you want to be undeniable, you need to develop an unbreakable work ethic. The hard truth about work ethic. Most people think success is about talent. They look at the greats and say, they were born with it. They say, they have natural ability. But here's the reality. Talent means nothing if you don't have the work ethic to back it up. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at Kobe Bryant. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, they had talent. But what made them legends wasn't talent. It was the hours they put in. The 4 a.m. workouts. The relentless training. The refusal to let anyone outwork them. Because, at the end of the day, the hardest worker always wins. So stop telling yourself you're not talented enough. Stop telling yourself you don't have the skills. You don't need talent. You need work ethic. And the best part? Work ethic is a choice. And that means you can develop it starting right now. The 5 rules of an unbreakable work ethic. Every champion, every high achiever, every world-class performer lives by these 5 rules. And if you apply them, you will become unstoppable. Rule number 1, show up no matter what. Most people work when they feel like it. But real winners? They show up when they're tired. They show up when they're unmotivated. They show up when no one else does. Because they know consistency beats intensity. You don't win by going hard once. You win by showing up every single day. Even when it's boring. Even when it's painful. Even when it feels like you're making no progress. Because if you keep showing up, the results will come. Rule number 2, push past your limits. Most people do just enough to get by. They put in effort, but never enough to break through. But champions? They push past the point where most people stop. They don't just work hard. They work so hard that they make themselves uncomfortable. Because they know growth happens outside your comfort zone. You don't get stronger by lifting light weights. You don't get better by doing what's easy. You have to push yourself beyond your limits. And when you think you've given everything, give 10% more. Because that extra push is what separates the best from the rest. Rule number 3, eliminate distractions. Let's be real. Most people fail because they are too distracted. They waste hours scrolling social media. They get caught up in useless drama. They focus on things that don't matter. But the greats? They protect their focus like their life depends on it. Because they know every minute spent on distractions is a minute stolen from their future success. So, if you're serious about leveling up, turn off notifications. Delete the apps wasting your time. Say no to anything that doesn't move you forward. Because the more focused you are, the faster you'll dominate. Rule number 4, fall in love with the process. Most people chase outcomes. They only work hard when they can see the reward. They only grind when they're getting quick results. But champions? They don't just love winning. They love the process of becoming great. They love the training. They love the discipline. They love the grind. Because they know the results come to those who commit to the process. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop chasing instant gratification. Learn to love the daily work. And soon, success will chase you. Rule number 5, outwork everyone. At the end of the day, there is no substitute for hard work. You can read every book. You can watch every motivational video. You can write down all the goals in the world. But if you don't outwork your competition, you will lose. So, decide right now that no one will outwork you. Decide right now that no one will put in more hours, that no one will be more consistent, that no one will be hungrier than you. Because in the real world, effort beats everything. And the ones who work the hardest are the ones who end up on top. How to build a relentless work ethic. If you want to dominate, you have to train yourself to work like a champion.
Here's how.
Step 1. Set an unbreakable standard. You don't rise to your goals. You rise to your standards. So, ask yourself, what level of effort do I expect from myself? What is my non-negotiable daily work routine? What would my life look like if I went all in? Because the second you raise your standards, your actions will follow. Step 2. Find your next gear. Most people work at 50 to 60% of their capacity. But you need to push to your absolute limit. Every day, ask yourself, could I have worked harder? Could I have given more? And if the answer is yes, then tomorrow, give more. Step 3. Stay hungry. The greats never get comfortable. They never say, I've made it. They never stop pushing for more. And that's why they stay on top. So, no matter how far you go, no matter how much success you get, stay hungry. Because the second you get comfortable, someone hungrier will take your spot. Final question. Are you willing to pay the price? Because greatness has a cost. It costs time. It costs energy. It costs sacrifice. But the ones who are willing to pay that price are the ones who win. So, ask yourself, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to grind when no one else will? Because if you are, then there is no limit to what you can achieve.
Now,
it's time to take the next step. Chapter 8. Mastering the power of relentless focus. Look around you. Distractions are everywhere. Your phone, social media, endless notifications. People wasting time on things that don't move them forward. People letting distractions steal their dreams. And the result? They never build momentum. They never finish what they start. They never achieve real success. But champions? They operate differently. They have one skill that separates them from the weak. Relentless focus. Because in a world full of distractions, the person who can focus becomes unstoppable. And today, that's what you're going to master. The truth about focus. Most people think focus is about working harder. It's not. Focus is about eliminating everything that doesn't matter. It's about removing distractions ruthlessly. It's about putting 100% of your energy into the things that actually move you forward. Because here's what most people don't realize. You don't need more hours in the day. You need to stop wasting the ones you already have. The greats? They don't have more time than you. They just use their time better. So today we're going to cut the distractions and lock in the 3 rules of relentless focus. Every high performer, every world-class entrepreneur, every elite athlete follows these 3 rules because they know focus creates greatness. Rule number 1. Focus on one thing at a time. Let's get this straight. Multitasking is a lie. It doesn't make you more productive. It makes you weaker. Every time you switch between tasks, your brain loses momentum. And studies show it can take up to 25 minutes to fully refocus after a distraction. So, if you're serious about dominating your field, stop trying to do everything at once. Pick one thing, lock in, and go all in. Because the people who win aren't the ones who do the most. They're the ones who focus on what matters most. Rule number 2. Ruthlessly cut out distractions. Most people don't lack time. They lack discipline. They let distractions control their day. They check their phone every 5 minutes. They scroll for hours without realizing it. They allow themselves to be interrupted constantly. And then they wonder, why am I not making progress? But the real question is, how much of your time is actually focused? Not half-focused, not distracted, locked in. If you want to be great, you must eliminate distractions ruthlessly. That means turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Stop checking emails every 10 minutes. Work in deep, uninterrupted blocks of time. Because every time you let yourself get distracted, you are stealing from your own future. Rule number 3. Train your mind like a muscle. Focus is not just a habit. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. But most people, they let their minds get weaker every day. They jump from app to app. They can't sit still for 5 minutes. They need constant stimulation. And that's why they struggle to focus. But you're going to train your mind to be strong. And here's how. Start with short focus sessions. Work for 25 to 45 minutes with 0 distractions. Gradually increase the time. Push yourself to stay focused longer. Practice doing nothing. Sit in silence. No phone. No distractions. Read books instead of scrolling. Strengthen your attention span. Meditate daily. Train your brain to focus deeply. Because the stronger your focus muscle gets, the faster you'll achieve everything you want. The 4 levels of focus mastery. If you want to become elite at focus, you need to go through these 4 levels. Each level builds on the last. Level 1. The distracted mind. Can't focus for more than a few minutes. Constantly checking phone, email, notifications. Struggles to complete tasks without switching. This is where most people are stuck. But you're going to rise above it. Level 2. The trained mind. Can focus for 25 to 45 minutes at a time. Works in deep, distraction-free sessions. Start seeing massive productivity gains. At this level, you're ahead of 90% of people. Level 3. The laser mind. Can lock in for hours with 0 distractions. Can go into deep work states easily. Produces world-class work at an insane speed. At this level, you are unstoppable. Level 4. The superhuman mind. Can sustain deep focus for an entire day. Has complete control over attention and energy. Dominates every task, every project, every goal. This is the level of the greats. This is where legends are made. And the only way to reach this level? Train your focus. Every single day. How to strengthen your focus starting today. Now that you know the rules, here's how to start applying them immediately. Step 1. Set a focus schedule. If you don't control your time, distractions will control it for you. So, create a daily focus schedule. Example: 8 a.m., 10 a.m., deep work, no phone, no distractions. 10:15 a.m., 11:30 a.m., focused execution. 1 p.m., 3 p.m., creative deep work. 6 p.m., 7 p.m., learning and skill building. If it's not scheduled, it won't happen. So lock in your focus hours now. Step 2. Use the airplane mode method. For your deep work sessions, turn off everything. No notifications. No distractions. No interruptions. Treat your focus time like a flight in the air. Because the more time you spend fully locked in, the faster you'll dominate. Step 3. Train your mind every day. Read for 30 minutes without stopping. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Go on walks without looking at your phone. Do hard tasks without checking social media. Because the stronger your mental endurance, the faster your results will come. Final question. How much of your life are you wasting? Be honest with yourself. How many hours have you lost to distractions? How many opportunities have you missed because you weren't focused? How much further could you be if you had mastered this skill sooner? Now, imagine your life 1 year from now. If you train your focus like a weapon, if you eliminate every unnecessary distraction, if you lock in like a champion, how far could you go? Because the choice is yours. You can keep living distracted, unfocused, and stuck. Or you can elevate and dominate. Now, let's take the next step. Chapter 9. The Relentless Power of Self-Confidence. Let me ask you something. Do you truly believe in yourself? Not just when things are easy. Not just when people support you. Not just when you're winning. But when things get hard, when doubt creeps in, when no one else sees your vision. Do you still believe? Because here's the truth. Confidence is the foundation of everything. Without it, you hesitate, you hold back, you settle for less. But with it, you become unstoppable. You take action without fear. You dominate every situation. You walk into any room like you belong there. And today, we're going to build unshakable, unstoppable, unbreakable confidence. Because confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you train. And once you master it, no one will ever be able to shake you again. The truth about confidence. Most people think confidence comes from success. They think, I'll be confident once I have money. They think, I'll be confident once people respect me. They think, I'll be confident once I've made it. But that's backwards. Because confidence doesn't come from success. Success comes from confidence. The people who win aren't the ones who wait to believe in themselves. They are the ones who believe first. They move with power before they see results. They act with certainty before they have proof. They bet on themselves before anyone else does. And because of that, they create success. So, if you've been waiting to feel confident before you take action, stop waiting. Confidence is not a feeling. It is a decision. And today, you're making that decision. The 3 pillars of unshakable confidence. Every high performer, every elite athlete, every top-level leader has these 3 core pillars of confidence. And once you install them into your mindset, you will never doubt yourself again. Pillar number 1. Keep every promise you make to yourself. This is where real confidence comes from. Not from money. Not from external validation. Not from what people think about you. But from self-respect. Because here's the reality. Every time you tell yourself, I'm going to do this, and then you don't, you weaken your confidence. You train your brain to believe that your words mean nothing. You teach yourself that you can't trust yourself. And over time, your self-belief disappears. But if you do the opposite, if you become the person who follows through every time, your confidence will become unbreakable. You'll know that no matter what happens, you can count on you. And that is power. Pillar number 2, move with certainty, even when you don't have all the answers. Most people hesitate. They wait for permission.
They second-guess themselves.
They overthink every decision. And because of that, they miss opportunities. But confident people? They move first. They don't wait for every detail. They don't wait until they feel ready. They decide fast and adjust later. Because they know hesitation kills progress. And the faster you move, the faster you learn, the faster you win. So, from now on, stop overthinking. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop questioning yourself. Move with certainty. Because even if you don't have all the answers, even if you make mistakes, you will always be able to figure it out. And that belief will make you powerful. Pillar number 3, train relentlessly until you become the best. Let's be honest. Confidence is easier when you're undeniably great. When you know you've put in the work. When you know you've trained harder than anyone else. When you know you've built elite level skill. Because here's the thing. Fake confidence won't last. You can hype yourself up all day. But if deep down you know you're not prepared, the moment pressure hits, your confidence will crumble. But if you've trained relentlessly, if you've put in thousands of hours, if you've mastered your craft, nothing can shake you. Because confidence isn't just a mindset.
It's a skill set.
So, if you want to be truly confident, become so good they can't ignore you. Develop elite level skills. Put in the extra hours. Train until you know there is no one better than you. And once you get there, confidence won't be something you try to have. It will be who you are. How to strengthen your confidence every day. Confidence is like a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. So, here's how to build it starting today. Step 1. Make one small promise every day and keep it. It could be waking up at a set time, finishing your workout, reading 10 pages of a book. The goal? To prove to yourself that your word means something. Because every time you follow through, your confidence grows. Step 2. Walk, talk, and act like a confident person. Confidence isn't just in your mind, it's in your body. So, every day, stand taller, speak with power, move with certainty. Because the way you carry yourself will program the way you think about yourself. Step 3. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Growth comes from pushing your limits. So, every day, do something that makes you uncomfortable. Speak up in meetings. Take on challenges that scare you. Step into rooms where you don't feel ready. Because the more you do it, the more confident you become. And soon, there won't be a single situation that intimidates you. Final question. Do you believe in yourself yet? Because if you don't, no one else will. Confidence isn't a luxury. It's a requirement. Without it, you will hold yourself back forever. But with it, you will elevate. You will dominate. You will walk into any room like you were born to be there. And the second you believe in yourself fully, the world will have no choice but to believe in you too.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 10. The Power of Relentless Persistence. Let's be real. Most people give up too easily. They hit a roadblock, they stop. They fail once, they quit. They face resistance, they retreat. And that's exactly why they never reach greatness. Because the truth? Success is not about never failing. It's about never quitting. Every great person you admire, every billionaire, every world-class athlete, every legendary figure, has one thing in common. They kept going when most people would have quit. Because persistence is the real secret to success. And today, that's what you're going to master. Because if you can develop relentless persistence, you will be unstoppable. Why most people quit too soon? Think about this. How many dreams die? Not because they were impossible, but because someone gave up too soon? How many people had the talent, the skills, the opportunity, but never reached their full potential because they stopped trying? Most people quit because they expect results too fast. They fear temporary failure. They don't see immediate progress. But here's the reality. The breakthrough always comes after most people quit. And the only way to reach it? Keep going. Because persistence beats talent. Persistence beats luck. Persistence beats everything. And if you can learn to push through when most people give up, you will dominate. The 3 laws of relentless persistence. Every world-class performer, every entrepreneur, athlete, and leader lived by these 3 laws. And if you adopt them, you will never quit again. Law number 1. Expect resistance. Here's a fact most people don't want to accept. The bigger your goals, the harder the resistance. You will fail. You will struggle. You will hit obstacles. That's not a sign to quit. That's a sign you're on the right path. Because if success was easy, everyone would have it. So stop expecting the road to be smooth. Expect resistance. Expect setbacks. Expect adversity. And when it comes, smile. Because that's proof you're moving in the right direction. And, most importantly, don't stop. Law number 2, develop a short-term memory for failure. Winners fail all the time. But here's the difference. They don't dwell on it. They don't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They don't overanalyze their mistakes for weeks. They don't let one failure define them. They bounce back immediately. Michael Jordan missed over 9,000 shots. Elon Musk's first 3 rockets exploded. Oprah was told she was unfit for television. Did they quit?
No.
They kept going because they understood this truth. Failure is only permanent if you stop. But if you learn from it, if you adjust, if you keep moving forward, failure becomes fuel. So from now on, forget your failures fast. Take the lesson, then get back in the game. Because if you stay down, you lose. But if you keep pushing, success is inevitable. Law number 3, take one more step every single time. Most people quit right before their breakthrough. They stop at 99%. They put in the effort. They get close. But when it gets tough, they back off. And they never realize that one more step could have changed everything. The greats? They always take one more step, one more call, one more rep, one more attempt. They keep pushing until the breakthrough comes. Because they know the person who wins is the one who refuses to quit. So from now on, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired you feel, no matter how many times you fail, take one more step. That's how you win. The 4 levels of persistence. If you want to develop elite level persistence, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The wishful thinker. Quits when things get hard. Blames circumstances for lack of progress. Never pushes beyond comfort zone. This is where most people stay. But not you. Level 2. The resilient beginner. Starts taking action but still hesitates under pressure. Pushes through some resistance but not all. Stays committed only when motivation is high. This is progress, but it's not enough. Level 3. The relentless grinder. Keeps going even when motivation is gone. Bounces back from failure immediately. Pushes through obstacles no matter what. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The unstoppable force. Nothing can break them. No failure, no setback, no obstacle makes them quit. They keep going until they win. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to build unshakable persistence. Persistence is a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. So, here's how to build it starting today. Step 1. Commit to a no-matter-what mindset. From this day forward, you finish what you start, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you fail. No excuses. No quitting. Because the second you remove quitting as an option, your success becomes inevitable. Step 2. Fall in love with the grind. If you only love success, you'll quit when things get hard. But if you love the process, you will keep going no matter what. So, stop chasing quick wins. Fall in love with the work. Love the struggle. Love the setbacks. Love the grind. Because if you do, nothing will ever stop you again. Step 3. Adopt the one more rule. Every day, every situation, every challenge, tell yourself, one more call, one more rep, one more hour of focus, one more attempt after failure. Because the ones who push for one more are the ones who go all the way. Final question. Are you willing to keep going? Because that's the real test. Anyone can start. Anyone can work hard for a while. Anyone can stay motivated when it's easy. But the ones who win are the ones who refuse to quit. So, ask yourself, are you willing to push past every failure? Are you willing to keep going when no one believes in you? Are you willing to persist until you win? Because if you are, nothing will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 11. The Relentless Power of Taking Risks. Let's talk about something that separates the average from the elite. Something that holds most people back and keeps them stuck in the same place year after year. What is it? Fear of taking risks. Most people are terrified of risk. They avoid it. They play it safe. They stay inside their comfort zone. And because of that, they never grow. They never achieve anything great. They never truly win. But the people who dominate? They think differently. They don't run from risk. They don't fear uncertainty. They don't hesitate when opportunity knocks. They bet on themselves. They take bold action. They move forward no matter what. Because they understand one thing. Without risk, there is no reward. And today, you're going to learn how to take calculated, fearless, powerful risks. So you can elevate, dominate, and leave everyone else behind. Why most people fear risk. Most people don't take risks because they're afraid of one thing: failure. They don't want to look stupid. They don't want to lose. They don't want to make the wrong decision. But let me tell you something. The biggest risk is taking no risk at all. Because here's what happens when you avoid risk. You stay stuck in the same place. You miss out on massive opportunities. You live with regret, wondering what could have been. And the truth? Most of the successful people you admire, they didn't get there by playing it safe. They got there by taking bold risks again and again. Because success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who take action. So, if you've been playing small, it's time to change that. The 3 rules of smart risk-taking. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It doesn't mean gambling everything away. It doesn't mean jumping without a plan. It means being smart. And every great risk-taker follows these 3 rules. Rule number 1. Bet on yourself every time. Most people don't take risks because they don't trust themselves. They think, what if I fail? They think, what if I'm not good enough? And because of that, they let doubt stop them from even trying. But champions? They always bet on themselves. Even when the odds are against them. Even when people doubt them. Even when there's no guarantee of success. Because they know, I will figure it out. I will find a way. I will make it happen. And that belief is what separates the winners from the ones who never even try. So from now on, you bet on you. Every time. Rule number 2. Take more shots. Fail fast, fail forward. Here's something most people don't realize. The more you fail, the more you win. Michael Jordan missed over 9,000 shots. Jeff Bezos lost billions on failed Amazon projects. Elon Musk's first 3 SpaceX rockets exploded. But do you know what they all had in common? They kept taking shots. They didn't let failure stop them. They didn't let setbacks shake them. They kept pushing until they won. Because, in the end, the only way to guarantee failure is to stop trying. So, if you've been playing scared, if you've been avoiding risk because you're afraid to fail, it's time to shift your mindset. Don't fear failure. Fear standing still. Take more shots. Fail fast. Adjust. Keep moving. Because the faster you fail, the faster you win. Rule number 3. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. The people who win in life aren't the ones who stay comfortable. They're the ones who seek discomfort on purpose. Because they know Comfort kills growth. Comfort kills progress. Comfort kills dreams. Look at the greats. The best athletes train until it hurts. The best entrepreneurs make big, uncomfortable moves. The best performers step on stage even when they're terrified. Because discomfort is the price of greatness. So, if you've been waiting to feel ready, stop. Start getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because the moment you do, you'll start winning at a level most people never reach. The 4 levels of risk-taking. If you want to become fearless in risk-taking, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The fearful thinker. Avoids risk at all costs. Overthinks every decision. Stays inside their comfort zone. This is where most people stay. But not you. Level 2. The calculated mover. Takes small, low-risk steps forward. Learns to analyze opportunities wisely. Gains confidence with each move. This is a solid foundation, but it's not enough. Level 3. The bold decision-maker. Takes strategic, high-level risks. Moves quickly on big opportunities. Is no longer controlled by fear. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The fearless risk-taker. Moves with absolute certainty. No hesitation. Sees failure as just part of the journey. Seeks challenges that force rapid growth. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to build a fearless risk-taking mindset. If you want to master risk-taking, you have to train your mind to act fast. Here's how. Step 1. Make decisions faster. Stop overanalyzing. Set a rule for yourself. If it takes less than 60 seconds to decide, do it now. Should I take this opportunity? Decide fast. Should I send this message? Do it now. Should I take action? Stop hesitating. Because the faster you decide, the faster you move forward. Step 2. Do something scary every day. You don't become fearless by thinking about risk. You become fearless by taking risks. So, every day, do something that scares you. Speak up when you normally wouldn't. Take a bold action without hesitation. Put yourself in situations where you feel uncomfortable, because the more you do this, the less fear will control you. Step 3. Set a 10x risk goal. Pick one big, bold move that scares you, and commit to it. Launch the business. Make the investment. Take the leap before you feel ready, because the biggest rewards come from the boldest moves. Final question. Are you ready to bet on yourself? Because if you're not willing to take risks, you will always be stuck where you are. No growth. No big wins. No breakthroughs. But if you're willing to bet on yourself, if you're willing to step into uncertainty, then there is nothing you can't achieve. So, ask yourself, are you ready to take bold action? Are you ready to stop playing small? Are you ready to elevate and dominate? Because if you are, then nothing will stop you.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 12. The Relentless Power of Adaptability. Let's get one thing straight. The world is always changing. New challenges appear. Unexpected obstacles arise. Everything you planned for can change in an instant. And most people, they don't know how to handle it. They panic. They resist change. They cling to the past. And because of that, they get left behind. But the winners? The ones who elevate and dominate? They adapt. They move fast. They shift when needed. They thrive no matter what happens. Because they know one truth. Life doesn't get easier. You just have to get stronger. And today, you're going to learn how to become unshakable, adaptable, and unstoppable. So that no matter what happens, you will always come out on top. Why most people struggle with change? Let's be real. Change is uncomfortable. It forces you to think differently. It forces you to step into uncertainty. It forces you to let go of what's familiar. And most people, they fight it. They cling to what's safe. They try to control things they can't. They refuse to adapt, even when it's necessary. But here's the truth. If you don't evolve, you'll get left behind. Companies that don't innovate, they die. Athletes who stop training, they get replaced. Entrepreneurs who refuse to pivot, they lose everything. Because the world, it doesn't wait for you. It will keep moving, with or without you. So, the question is, are you going to fight change? Or are you going to use it to your advantage? The 3 laws of adaptability. Every high-level achiever, every world-class competitor, every top-tier leader follows these 3 laws. And if you master them, you will never be caught off guard again. Law number 1. See change as an opportunity, not a threat. Most people see change as something to fear. They resist it. They complain about it. They focus on what they're losing. But the winners? They see change as an advantage. Because they know every crisis creates opportunity. Every shift opens new doors. Every problem is a chance to grow. Think about it. Netflix disrupted the DVD industry because they saw the shift before anyone else. Amazon adapted to e-commerce faster than its competition and dominated. Athletes like LeBron James changed their game over the years to stay on top. The people who win aren't the ones who complain about change. They are the ones who capitalize on it. Law number 2, move fast, don't overthink. When the world changes, you don't have time to hesitate. Most people, they freeze. They analyze forever. They wait for the perfect move. And by the time they finally act, it's too late. But the best? They move first. They make bold decisions. They take action before they feel ready. Because they know speed wins. When new opportunities come, they grab them immediately. When setbacks hit, they adapt fast and keep moving. When competition shifts, they evolve before anyone else does. They don't sit around hoping things go back to normal. They create a new normal on their terms. And that is how you stay ahead. Law number 3, train yourself to thrive in chaos. Most people need everything to be perfect to succeed. They need routine. They need certainty. They need everything to go exactly as planned. But life doesn't work like that. Things will go wrong. The unexpected will happen. Your plans will fall apart. And if you're not prepared, you will break. But if you train yourself to thrive in chaos, nothing will ever shake you again. You'll stay calm when others panic. You'll move forward when others freeze. You'll find solutions when others complain. Because you'll have something most people don't. Unshakable adaptability. And that is what makes you unstoppable. The 4 levels of adaptability. If you want to master rapid adaptability, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The resistant mind. Fears change. Complains about uncertainty. Tries to control things outside their power. This is where most people get stuck. But not you. Level 2. The cautious adapter. Accepts change but hesitates to act. Takes too long to adjust. Moves too slow. This is an improvement, but it's not enough. Level 3. The fast mover. Quickly adjusts to new challenges. Sees change as opportunity. Moves forward without hesitation. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The master of adaptability. Can thrive in any situation, no matter how chaotic. Turns every setback into an advantage. Stays calm, focused, and effective under pressure. This is where leaders are born. And this is where you are headed. How to build unshakable adaptability. If you want to win in any situation, you have to train yourself to adapt fast. Here's how. Step 1. Develop a no plan B mentality. Most people fail to adapt because they give themselves an escape route. They say, if this doesn't work, I'll just go back to what's safe. But the winners? They remove that option. They commit fully. They find solutions no matter what. They adapt because they have no choice. So from now on, burn the boats. Go all in. Make adaptation your only option. Step 2. Become a problem-solving machine. Most people panic when things go wrong. But the best? They immediately shift to solutions. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, how do I fix this fast? And because of that, they never stay stuck. So from now on, train yourself to think like a problem solver. No excuses. No panic. Just solutions. Step 3. Seek out challenges on purpose. If you want to get good at adapting, you have to practice it. So, every day, put yourself in situations that force you to adjust. Try something new before you feel ready. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Step into situations that force fast decisions. Because the more you train adaptability, the stronger it gets. And soon, nothing will ever catch you off guard again. Final question. Are you ready to adapt and dominate? Because here's the truth. The world isn't slowing down for you. The competition isn't waiting for you to catch up. You either evolve or you get left behind. So, ask yourself, are you ready to move fast? Are you ready to embrace uncertainty? Are you ready to dominate, no matter what happens? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 13. The Relentless Power of Self-Accountability. Let's cut through the noise. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to force you to succeed. No one is going to hold you accountable except you.
And that
is where most people fail. They blame their situation. They blame their past. They blame everything except themselves. And because of that, they stay stuck. But the winners? The ones who elevate and dominate? They take full ownership of their lives. No excuses. No victim mentality. No waiting for permission. They hold themselves to the highest standard. They take responsibility for everything. They control their own destiny. And today, that's what you're going to learn. Because the second you master self-accountability, you become unstoppable. The harsh truth about accountability. Most people think discipline is the key to success. And yes, discipline matters. But you know what's even more powerful? Self-accountability. Because discipline can fade. Motivation can disappear. But when you are truly self-accountable, you do the work no matter what. No one needs to remind you. No one needs to push you. No one needs to check on you. You hold yourself to the highest standard. And that is the ultimate advantage. Because the people who need to be told what to do will always be controlled by someone else. But the people who hold themselves accountable, they control everything. They control their time. They control their income. They control their future. Because they don't wait for permission. They make it happen. The 3 laws of self-accountability. Every high-level performer, every elite competitor, every world-class achiever follows these 3 laws. And if you apply them, you will never make excuses again. Law number 1. Own everything no matter what. The winners? They take responsibility for everything in their lives. If they fail, it's on them. If they succeed, it's on them. If something goes wrong, they own it. They don't blame the economy. They don't blame their past. They don't blame other people. They take full responsibility. Because they know, if you blame something outside of yourself, you give away your power. But when you own everything, you stay in control. And when you're in control, you can change anything. Law number 2, set non-negotiable standards for yourself. Most people lower their standards when things get hard. They make excuses. They settle. They allow themselves to be less than their best. But the winners? They set high standards and never break them. They don't care if they're tired. They don't care if they don't feel like it. They don't care if things aren't perfect. They hold themselves to an elite level, no matter what. So from now on, if you say you're going to wake up early, you wake up early. If you say you're going to the gym, you go to the gym. If you say you're going to do the work, you do the work. No negotiations. No excuses. No breaks. Because the second you let yourself slide, you train yourself to accept less than your best. And that is the fastest way to failure. Law number 3, track your progress every single day. Most people have no clue where their time goes. They work hard, but they don't track their effort. They try their best, but they don't measure results. And because of that, they never improve. But the winners? They track everything. They know exactly how many hours they worked, how many reps they did, how much money they made, how much progress they've gained. Because what gets measured gets improved. So from now on, track your progress daily. Write down your goals. Measure your habits. Track your time like it's gold. Because if you don't track it, you will never know if you're actually growing. And if you're not growing, you're falling behind. The 4 levels of self-accountability. If you want to become elite at holding yourself accountable, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The excuse maker. Blames others for their failures. Never follows through on commitments. Avoids responsibility. This is where most people stay forever. But not you. Level 2. The conditional worker. Does the work, but only when it's easy. Makes excuses when things get hard. Breaks commitments when no one is watching. This is a step up, but it's not enough. Level 3. The high standard achiever. Takes full responsibility for success and failure. Follows through even when it's hard. Holds themselves to elite standards. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The unbreakable force. No excuses. No shortcuts. No negotiations. 100% full ownership of their life. This is where champions are made. And this is where you are headed. How to master self-accountability. If you want to win at the highest level, you need to take ownership of every second of your life. Here's how. Step 1. Create a no excuses list. Write down every excuse you've ever made. Every time you've blamed something outside of yourself. Every reason you've given for not taking action. Then, burn it. Because from now on, excuses do not exist. Step 2. Set one standard and never break it. Pick one thing that will elevate your life. Wake up at 5 a.m. Go to the gym every day. Work 3 extra hours on your goals. And make it non-negotiable. Because the second you start breaking small commitments, you start breaking big ones. And that is not an option. Step 3. Track your habits like an obsession. Most people guess. But the best? They track. How many hours they worked. How many wins they created. How much progress they made. Because if you don't measure it, you won't improve it. So, starting today, track everything. Because the more you track, the faster you grow. Final question. Are you ready to take full control of your life? Because here's the truth. Your success is 100% on you. Not luck. Not circumstances. Not other people.
You.
So, ask yourself, are you done making excuses? Are you ready to hold yourself to the highest standard? Are you ready to take full control of your destiny? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 14. The Relentless Power of Consistency. Let's be honest. Most people fail, not because they aren't talented, but because they aren't consistent. They start strong. They set big goals. They work hard for a while. But then, they slow down. They lose focus. They stop showing up. And that is why they lose. Because success doesn't come from doing things once. It comes from doing the right things every single day. Not just when you feel like it. Not just when it's easy. Not just when motivation is high.
Every
single
day.
Because the people who win aren't the most talented, aren't the luckiest, aren't the smartest. They're the ones who show up, no matter what. And today, that's what you're going to master. Because once you become a machine of consistency, nothing will be able to stop you. Why most people struggle with consistency? Most people start strong, but eventually, they fall off.
Why?
Because they rely on motivation. They think, I'll be consistent when I feel motivated. They think, I'll do the work when I feel inspired. But here's the truth. Motivation is a lie. It comes and goes. Some days you'll have it. Some days you won't. And if your success depends on motivation, you'll fail. But the greats? They don't rely on feelings. They rely on habits. They rely on systems. They rely on discipline. Because they know success isn't about how you feel. It's about what you do, no matter how you feel. The 3 laws of relentless consistency. Every high performer, every elite athlete, every world-class entrepreneur follows these 3 laws because they know consistency beats talent. And once you apply these, you will never stop making progress again. Law number 1. Show up every day no matter what. The difference between average and elite? Elite performers show up even on their worst days. When they're tired, they show up. When they don't feel like it, they show up. When it's raining, cold, or uncomfortable, they show up. Because they understand. The work doesn't care how you feel. The gym doesn't care if you're tired. Your business doesn't care if you're not motivated. Your goals don't care about your excuses. The only thing that matters? Did you show up or not? So from now on, you show up. No matter what. Law number 2. Never break the chain. Success is built one day at a time. One workout at a time. One sales call at a time. One skill-building session at a time. And if you do the right things every day, eventually, the results become undeniable. But most people, they stop. They break the chain. They lose momentum. And then, they have to start all over again. But the winners? They never miss twice. One bad day, that's fine. But 2 bad days? That's the beginning of a habit. So their rule? Never miss twice. Because once you stay consistent long enough, the results take care of themselves. Law number 3. Track everything and hold yourself accountable. Most people fail at consistency because they don't track their progress. They don't know if they're improving. They don't see their small wins. They don't realize how far they've come. And because of that, they get discouraged and quit. But the greats? They track everything. How many days in a row they trained. How much progress they've made. How many times they showed up, even when it was hard. Because what gets measured gets improved. So from now on, track your consistency. Every single day. And once you start seeing the progress, you'll never stop. The 4 levels of consistency. If you want to become elite at consistency, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The unfocused starter. Starts strong but stops quickly. only works when motivation is high, struggles to stay on track. This is where most people fail. But not you. Level 2, the occasional doer. Shows up sometimes but not always. Has no real system or schedule. Can't build real momentum. This is progress, but it's not enough. Level 3, the disciplined executor. Shows up every single day. Doesn't rely on motivation. Stays consistent no matter what. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4, the unstoppable machine. No excuses. No missed days. No breaks. Consistency is automatic. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to build unshakable consistency. If you want to win at the highest level, you need to make consistency your greatest weapon. Here's how. Step 1. Set a minimum daily standard. Decide one thing you will do every single day. And make it non-negotiable. 50 push-ups. 1 hour of focused work. 10 pages of reading. No matter how tired you are. No matter how busy you are. It gets done. Step 2. Use the 2-minute rule to stay on track. Some days, you won't feel like doing the work. But here's the trick. Just start for 2 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll just do 2 minutes. And 99% of the time, you'll keep going. Because starting is the hardest part. Once you start, momentum takes over. Step 3. Track your streak and protect it. Every day you stay consistent, put an X on your calendar.
And soon,
You'll have a streak. And once you see that streak growing, you won't want to break it. Because breaking it means losing progress. Breaking it means going back to square one. And that is not an option. Final question. Are you ready to commit for life? Because here's the truth. Success is not about one big move. It's about doing the right things, over and over again. Day after day, month after month, year after year. So, ask yourself, are you ready to be consistent? Are you ready to show up no matter what? Are you ready to elevate and dominate every single day? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 15. The Relentless Power of Resilience. Let's be real. Life will test you. You will face challenges. You'll get knocked down. You'll experience setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But the question is, will you break or will you rise? Because here's the truth. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who always get back up. Resilience is the difference between those who quit and those who win. And today, that's what you're going to build. Because once you become truly resilient, nothing will ever stop you again. Why most people stay down after they fall? Let's be honest. Most people don't handle failure well. They take one hit, they stop trying. They lose once, they assume they'll never win. They face one rejection, they decide they're not good enough. And because of that, they never reach their full potential. But the people who dominate, they think differently. They don't see failure as a dead end. They see it as a test of their mindset, a test of their commitment, a test of their ability to keep going no matter what. And that is what makes them great. The 3 laws of unshakable resilience. Every elite competitor, every high-level entrepreneur, every world-class achiever follows these 3 laws. And once you master them, you will never break again. Law number 1. Reframe every setback as fuel. Most people see failure as something to avoid. They try to play it safe. They don't take risks. They stay inside their comfort zone. But the winners? They use failure as fuel. Every loss makes them hungrier. Every setback makes them stronger. Every rejection makes them more determined, because they know every great success story is built on failure. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school team. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. Did they quit?
No.
They used it as motivation.
And because of that,
They dominated. So, from now on, every failure you experience, turn it into fuel. Law number 2. Control your response, not the situation. Most people stress over things they can't control. The economy, other people's opinions, unexpected problems. And because of that, they waste energy on things they can't change. But the winners? They focus only on what they can control. Their attitude, their effort, their response to adversity. Because they know you can't always control the situation, but you can always control your reaction. And the people who focus on solutions, not problems, are the ones who always bounce back. Law number 3. Never let a setback break your momentum. Most people quit too easily. They work hard for weeks, months, or even years. Then they hit one failure and give up. But here's the reality. Setbacks are temporary. Quitting is permanent. The greats? They never let a setback kill their momentum. They adjust. They adapt. They keep moving. Because they know, as long as they don't stop, they will win. So from now on, when life knocks you down, get up immediately. And keep going. The 4 levels of resilience. If you want to develop elite-level resilience, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The fragile mindset. Breaks down when things get hard. Gives up after failure. Blames others for setbacks. This is where most people stay forever. But not you. Level 2. The adaptable fighter. Pushes through small challenges. Recovers from failure, but slowly. Still struggles with doubt. This is progress, but it's not enough. Level 3. The mental warrior. Bounces back quickly from failure. Uses setbacks as motivation. Never loses momentum. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The unbreakable force. No excuses. No quitting. No fear of failure. Completely unstoppable. This is where legends are made. And this is where you're headed. How to build unshakable resilience. If you want to win at the highest level, you need to make resilience your superpower. Here's how. Step 1. Embrace the struggle on purpose. Most people avoid hard things. But the winners? They seek out difficulty. Because they know the harder the challenge, the stronger they become. So, from now on, take on challenges that scare you. Do the things that make you uncomfortable. Face your fears head-on. Because the more you do this, the stronger you get. Step 2. Set a rule. I don't break. Make a commitment to yourself. No matter what happens, you don't quit. No excuses. No complaining. No backing down. Because the second you decide that quitting is not an option, your resilience becomes unbreakable. Step 3. Build a comeback plan before you need it. When setbacks hit, most people panic. They freeze.
they doubt themselves.
They don't know what to do next. But the winners? They have a comeback plan ready. So from now on, when something goes wrong, have a system in place to bounce back. Lost a big deal? Find 5 more opportunities. Had a bad day? Reset and go harder tomorrow. Faced rejection? Keep pushing until you get a yes. Because the faster you recover, the faster you win. Final question. Are you ready to become unbreakable? Because here's the truth. Life will test you. Failure will happen. Adversity is guaranteed. But the ones who succeed aren't the ones who avoid struggle, aren't the ones who wait for things to get easier. They are the ones who keep getting up every single time. So, Ask yourself, are you ready to bounce back faster? Are you ready to use failure as fuel? Are you ready to elevate and dominate no matter what? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 16. The relentless power of taking massive action. Let's get straight to the point. You will never think your way to success. You will never wish, dream, or visualize your way to the top. You have to act. Not just a little. Not just when it's convenient. Not just when you feel ready. You have to take massive, unstoppable, relentless action. Because the difference between people who talk about success and people who actually achieve it is action. And today, you're going to learn how to become a person who doesn't just plan, doesn't just dream, but executes. Because once you master this, nothing will be out of your reach. Why most people never take massive action? Let's be real. Most people spend too much time thinking and not enough time doing. They get caught up in overanalyzing, waiting for the perfect moment, asking for opinions, watching from the sidelines. And because of that, they stay stuck. They never make real progress. They never build real momentum. They never see real results. But the winners? They move. They don't sit around waiting for permission. They don't hesitate. They don't wait for someday. They take action now. And that is why they dominate. The 3 laws of massive action. Every high performer, every entrepreneur, athlete, and top-tier competitor follows these 3 laws because they know action beats everything. And once you apply these, you will never hesitate again. Law number 1. Speed over perfection. Most people are too slow. They overthink. They wait. They hesitate. Because they think they need everything to be perfect before they start. But here's the truth. Perfection is the enemy of progress. The people who win,
They move fast.
they launch before they feel ready. They figure things out as they go. They make mistakes, learn, and adjust. Because they know speed creates momentum. And momentum wins every time. So from now on, move first. Adjust later. Law number 2. Take 10x more action than you think you need. Most people drastically underestimate the amount of action required for success. They think, I'll make a few moves and see what happens. Then when things don't work out, they quit. But the winners? They don't just take action. They take 10x more action than anyone else. They don't make 10 calls. They make 100. They don't post once a week. They post every day. They don't put in good effort. They go all in. Because they know massive results require massive action. So from now on, whatever level of effort you think is enough, multiply it by 10. That's the level that creates success. Law number 3. Build an action-first identity. Most people say, I'll act when I feel ready. But the truth? Action creates readiness. The people who win? They don't wait to feel confident. They don't wait to have all the answers. They don't wait for someone to give them permission. They act first. And confidence follows. Clarity follows. Success follows. Because they've built an identity that says, I am the type of person who takes action no matter what. And once that becomes your mindset, you will never hesitate again. The 4 levels of action taking. If you want to become an unstoppable execution machine, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The passive observer. Watches others take action, but doesn't move. Stays stuck in analysis paralysis. Never builds real momentum. This is where most people stay forever. But not you. Level 2. The hesitant mover. Takes action, but too slowly. Overthinks every decision. Lets fear control their pace. This is progress, but it's not enough. Level 3. The fast executor. Moves quickly, without hesitation. Focuses on speed over perfection. Starts winning more than losing. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The relentless action taker. No overthinking. No hesitation. No waiting. Massive, unstoppable execution daily. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to become an execution machine. If you want to win at the highest level, you need to make massive action your default mode. Here's how. Step 1. Adopt the act first, think later rule. From now on, when you think of something important, do it immediately. Need to make a call? Make it now. Need to send a message? Send it now. Need to start something?
Start it now.
No more waiting. No more overthinking. No more delays. Step 2. Set an action goal and beat it. Don't just aim for progress. Aim for massive action. Example. Instead of making 5 calls a day, make 50. Instead of writing 1 page a day, write 10. Instead of studying 1 hour a week, study 10. The goal? Push yourself beyond what you think is possible. Because the ones who take massive action are the ones who win. Step 3. Kill the waiting to feel ready habit. Most people wait to feel motivated, confident, prepared. But the truth? You will never feel 100% ready. So from now on, take action first. Because once you do, motivation will follow, confidence will follow, momentum will follow. And soon, you'll realize you've already won. Final question. Are you ready to stop waiting and start moving? Because here's the truth. Success is reserved for the action takers. Not the dreamers. Not the overthinkers. Not the people waiting for the perfect time. So, ask yourself, are you ready to move? Are you ready to go all in? Are you ready to take more action than anyone else? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again. Now, it's time to take the next step. Chapter 17. The relentless power of self-belief. Let's get something straight. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Not your friends. Not your family. Not your mentors. You have to be the one who believes first. Because here's the truth. The most successful people in the world, they weren't always the most skilled. They weren't always the most talented. They weren't always the most experienced. But what did they have? An unshakable, unstoppable belief in themselves. They didn't wait for someone else to validate them. They didn't need approval. They didn't care if others doubted them. They moved forward because they knew they were going to win. And today, you're going to develop that same level of belief. Because once you do, there is nothing you won't be able to achieve. Why most people struggle with self-belief? Most people, they doubt themselves before they even try. They tell themselves, I'm not smart enough. I'm not ready yet. I don't have what it takes. And because of that, they hold themselves back. They never take big risks. They never chase massive goals. They never push beyond their limits. And what happens? They stay average. But the winners? They think differently. They believe in themselves before they have proof. They move like they've already won. They act like success is inevitable. They carry themselves with total confidence. And because of that, the world believes in them too. The 3 laws of unshakable self-belief. Every high achiever, every leader, champion, and game changer follows these 3 laws because they know belief creates reality. And once you apply these, nothing will ever shake your confidence again. Law number 1. Speak success into existence. Most people, they speak negativity over their own life. They say things like, I don't think I can do this. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. And guess what? Their words become their reality. But the winners? They speak power into their future. They say, I am unstoppable. I always figure things out. I win no matter what. And because they tell themselves this every single day, it becomes true. So from now on, speak success into existence. Because your words shape your future. Law number 2, move like you're already a winner. Most people, they wait until they're successful before they act successful. They wait until they have confidence before they carry themselves with confidence. But the winners? They do the opposite. They move like a CEO before they have a company. They train like a champion before they have a title. They act like a leader before anyone follows them. And because of that, their reality catches up to their belief. Because success is an identity first. So from now on, move, think, and act like you've already won. Because once you do, the world will believe it too. Law number 3, trust yourself fully. Most people, they doubt their own decisions. They ask everyone for opinions. They hesitate before taking action. They second-guess themselves constantly. And because of that, they never build true confidence. But the winners? They trust themselves. They don't ask for permission. They don't wait for approval. They don't look for validation. They make decisions. And they back themselves 100%. Because they know, even if they make a mistake, they will learn, adjust, and keep going. And that is why they never lose. So from now on, trust yourself. Fully. Completely. Unshakably. Because once you do, you will become untouchable. The 4 levels of self-belief. If you want to develop elite-level confidence, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1. The doubter. Hesitates to take action. Seeks constant approval. Lets fear dictate decisions. This is where most people stay forever. But not you. Level 2. The growing believer. Starts taking small risks. Feels moments of confidence but still doubts. Learning to trust their own instincts. This is progress, but it's not enough. Level 3. The confident mover. Takes action without needing validation. Trusts their own path. Speaks, acts, and moves with belief. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The unshakable force. No hesitation. No second-guessing. No fear. Moves with absolute certainty. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to build unshakable self-belief. If you want to win at the highest level, you need to make self-belief your superpower. Here's how. Step 1. Eliminate negative self-talk. From this moment on, you never speak negatively about yourself again. No more. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. What if I fail? Instead, you say, I always figure it out. I am built for this. Success is mine, because the way you talk to yourself becomes your reality. Step 2. Take one bold action every day. Confidence is built through action. So every day, do something that forces you to trust yourself. Make a decision without second-guessing. Take a risk, even if you're scared. Step into situations where you have to bet on you, because the more you do this, the stronger your belief will become. Step 3. Carry yourself like a winner now. Want to be a champion? Walk like one. Want to be successful? Talk like one. Want to be a leader? Move like one. Because your body language programs your mind. So from now on, shoulders back, head high, speak with confidence, move with certainty. Because once you carry yourself like a winner, you will become one. Final question. Are you ready to fully believe in yourself? Because here's the truth. No one is going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself. So, ask yourself, are you done doubting? Are you ready to move with certainty? Are you ready to elevate and dominate? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Chapter 18. The Relentless Power of Legacy. Let's be real. Your time on this planet is limited. One day, you won't be here anymore. And when that day comes, what will you leave behind? Will the world remember your name? Will your impact continue long after you're gone? Will your life have mattered beyond just yourself? Because here's the truth. Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about what you leave behind. The money? It fades. The trophies? They collect dust. The titles? People forget them. But your impact? That lasts forever. And today, you're going to learn how to build a legacy so strong that it outlives you. Why most people never build a legacy? Most people? They live for the short term. They focus on small wins. They chase temporary pleasure. They never think beyond themselves. And because of that, they never create anything that lasts. But the winners? They think bigger. They don't just ask, what can I get? They ask, what can I give? They don't just live for themselves. They live for impact, influence, and change. And because of that, their name never dies. The 3 laws of building an unstoppable legacy. Every icon, every legend, every history maker follows these 3 laws because they know the goal isn't just success. The goal is immortality. And once you apply these, your legacy will begin. Law number 1, live with purpose, not just profit. Most people chase money, but the greats? They chase purpose. Because money is a tool, but purpose is what drives you. Look at the legends. Elon Musk isn't just building cars, he's pushing humanity forward. Kobe Bryant didn't just play basketball, he inspired an entire generation. Oprah didn't just make millions, she changed lives. They didn't wake up thinking, how can I make money today? They woke up thinking, how can I make an impact today? And because of that, the money followed. So from now on, lived with purpose first. Because the ones who change the world aren't just the ones who make the most. They're the ones who give the most. Law number 2, create something that outlives you. Most people only think about their lifetime. But the winners? They think generations ahead. They don't just focus on today. They focus on what they can create that will last forever. Books, businesses, movements, knowledge, impact. Think about it. The people we still talk about today, they're not here anymore, but their impact still is. So, ask yourself, what can I build that will outlive me? Because your real legacy starts the moment you stop thinking small. Law number 3, lift others as you climb. Most people try to win alone. They think, I'll get mine first, then I'll help others. But the real legends? They bring people up with them. They don't just build success for themselves. They create opportunities for others. They share their knowledge. They leave the world better than they found it. And because of that, their legacy doesn't just live through their work. It lives through the people they helped. So from now on, as you rise, help others rise with you. Because true greatness is never achieved alone. The 4 levels of legacy. If you want to create an impact that lasts forever, you need to climb these 4 levels. Level 1, the self-focused achiever. Focused only on personal success. Thinks short-term, not thinking about legacy yet. This is where most people stay forever. But not you. Level 2, the purpose-driven builder. Starts thinking beyond just money. Focuses on impact, not just income. Begins building something bigger than themselves. This is the shift that separates you from the masses. Level 3. The Legacy Architect. Creates work that will outlive them. Starts mentoring, teaching, and leading others. Builds systems and businesses that will last beyond their lifetime. At this level, you're already ahead of 95% of people. But there's one more level. Level 4. The Immortal Icon. Their name is remembered long after they're gone. Their work continues to change lives for generations. Their impact never fades. This is where legends are made. And this is where you are headed. How to build a legacy that lasts forever. If you want to create something that outlives you, you have to start now. Here's how. Step 1. Define your purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want to be remembered for? What impact do I want to leave on the world? Who do I want to help? Once you have that answer, make it your mission. Because the stronger your purpose, the stronger your legacy. Step 2. Build something that will outlive you. Most people build for the short term. But the winners? They create things that last forever. Write the book. Build the brand. Start the movement. Teach what you know. Create something that will live on beyond your lifetime. Because the bigger your creation, the longer your impact lasts. Step 3. Impact as many people as possible. Your legacy is measured by how many lives you touch. So from now on, make it your mission to help as many people as possible. Share your knowledge. Inspire the next generation. Lift others up. Because the more people you impact, the stronger your legacy becomes. Final question. What will you leave behind? Because at the end of your life, it won't matter how much money you made. It won't matter how many things you owned. It won't matter what titles you held. What will matter? The lives you changed, the impact you made, the legacy you built. So, ask yourself, are you ready to think bigger? Are you ready to create something that lasts forever? Are you ready to elevate and dominate, not just for yourself, but for generations to come? Because if you are, then nothing, and I mean nothing, will ever stop you again.
Now.
It's time to take the next step. Final chapter completed. Your legacy begins now. This was chapter 18, and now we've mastered legacy. This is the final chapter of your journey in this book. Now, it's time for you to apply everything you've learned and go build something legendary. Because your story is just getting started. Final words. Your journey to elevate and dominate begins now. You made it. You've reached the end of this book, but this is not the end of your journey. This is just the beginning. Now you have the blueprint. Now you have the mindset. Now you have the tools. But the question is, will you apply them? Because knowledge means nothing if you don't take action. What happens next is up to you.
You have two choices right now.
Choice number 1. Close this book, go back to your old habits and stay the same. Or, choice number 2. Take everything you've learned and go build the life you were meant to live. The choice is yours. But remember this. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to push you except you. Everything you need, it's already inside you.
Now,
it's time to execute. Your final mission. Before you close this book, make this commitment. Pick one chapter that impacted you the most. Write down the number 1 action step you'll take from it. Execute it, starting today. Because if you wait, you'll never do it. But if you act now, you'll start building momentum immediately. And momentum is the key to domination. Final reminder. You were built for more. Never forget. You were not born to be average. You were not born to settle. You were not born to live a small life. You were built for greatness. But greatness is a choice. And today, you choose to elevate. You choose to dominate. You choose to step into your full power. Because from this day forward, you will never settle again.
Now.
Go out there and build your legacy. The end, or just the beginning. This is where the book ends, but your transformation is just getting started. Now go make it happen. And remember, the world belongs to those who take action.
Now.
Go get it. Enjoying this audiobook? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new chapter. Your support keeps this going. Thank you.